New Zealand seems to be full of stunning, yet stubbornly difficult build sites. Perhaps that's because, at least in some locations, all the easy ones have long gone. Now, that doesn't stop people trying to tame the apparently untamable, all the while, of course, trying to stay on budget and on time. Perhaps what's needed on these difficult sites is to break with convention, challenge traditional construction, and build differently. Yeah, that could work. But then again, what if by trying to solve one problem, you end up creating a whole set of new ones? Drive about 90 minutes northeast of Queenstown and you enter central Otago's Maniatoto Plain. 2,500 square kilometers of wide open tussock land, a few sheep and even fewer people. And that's exactly the way Hans and Susie Rates like it.
Gorgeous day.
That's not bad.
And the mighty Maniatoto.
German-born Hans emigrated to New Zealand in 1998, settling in Queenstown, where he met Susie.
We both got divorced in 2003 and then decided that, you know, there's no better offers around, so we just find each other.
The couple are keen cyclists and often ride with their friends throughout the Maniatoto's famous cycleways, then relax at Susie's old family home that she and Hans bought and renovated.
He's your friend. Hello. Come on, Eden. My father said it's all about friends. It's not anything about the money, and that's what we love.
And I've got Susie because I haven't got any friends.
Hans doesn't have any friends. Yes, you do. People think that he's quite a gruff person, you know. He doesn't hold back with what he thinks, and I really like that about him. But honestly, he's got a heart of gold, and he's really quite a softie.
But much as Susie and Hans cherish their time in the Maniatoto, they both lead very busy lives as medical professionals in Queenstown.
Hello, girls. Good morning, Susie. How are you? Good. How are you? Good.
They're part of a nationwide chain of clinics, with Susie as a registered nurse concentrating on cosmetic medicine and Dr. Hans on skin cancer and varicose veins. As they're based in Queenstown, Susie and Hans bought and renovated a house in nearby Arrowtown. Although they've now sold it, they haven't quite moved out.
We have been living in the garage that we converted into like an apartment. It's so small, you can't have anyone over for dinner, you can't even have anyone in for a drink, and we're quite social people.
You've got a brewery here.
Hans's solution is to build again. 2 houses, one for them and one to sell, both built on the same site high above Queenstown. Susie, though, was very sceptical.
He nagged at me for 2 years to go and look at this site. And he said, it's really good, Susie, it's, you know, the views. And I said, no, I'm not even going to look at it. I do not want to know. It's on a piece of rock, no. And he just slowly just wears me down. And naturally, when I did go up and have a look, I went, oh, okay, can you build a house on here? Sorry, I'm just going to get down in the shade.
So, with Susie finally on side, the couple are pushing ahead with the project, one that Hans is determined to enjoy. In fact, he's already celebrating.
Thank you, thank
Great
you,
ride.
thank you, thank you. Great ride, really good.
You can never get used to just how stunningly beautiful this place is. To build a house on a hillside in Queenstown, what an opportunity. I can see a cliff, but not a section. So how on earth can you build here? You brought me to a cul-de-sac.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the section is actually over that hill here, so we have to go over here and then come down onto the section.
I noticed that cliff face on the way up.
That's
Yes.
the section. Yes.
Of course.
Of course it is. Let's
Good.
go and have a look.
Sure. They don't call Queenstown New Zealand's adventure capital for nothing. And that extends to construction as well, especially up here.
We're going to build the house essentially on that sort of first plateau here, and then bring the decks out the front. They're so high up you can't see the road either.
So you
So this keeps going.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to convince my better half, which took me 2 years, but there you go.
Took him 2 years.
I had actually drawn something up for her to have a look at, that it was easy to build on, and she fell for it. So there you go.
I needed to keep him occupied, so
that
I
mean?
agreed to it. He likes the challenge.
Good.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
To try and build where no one else would build.
Right.
No one else would buy the section.
The on-site work will start with twin Batcave-style subterranean garages connecting via a steel staircase and 2 lifts to the houses above. 4 prefabricated modules built off-site will be craned up and joined together, forming 2 80-square-metre dwellings. Module 1 contains Hans and Susie's lounge, dining room and kitchen for relaxing and the all-important entertaining. Module 2 includes Hans and Susie's bedroom, bathroom and toilet, a small hallway and guest bedroom. Module 4 is the bedroom wing of the second house, the unit Hans and Susie will sell. Mezzanine floors for storage above both bathrooms are accessed through hatches in the small hallways. Module 3 is the living space of the second house, with the lift from the garage opening into the kitchen. Each house has its own large deck with glass balustrades for magnificent, uninterrupted views. A central masonry structure with flues for outdoor fireplaces on both decks is also where the lift stops for Hans and Susie's house. Triangular-shaped windows sit high up in the house's gables to frame the surrounding views, while the gables themselves have been cut in half and turned high-side out, emblematic of the cliff the houses have been built on. The green roof on top of the garage and plantings around the houses complete the Rocky Mountain aesthetic, so appropriate to this spectacular location. There's a bit of work to do here. How do you build here?
So the problem that we obviously had is access, as you have noticed. We decided to bring the garage in from one of the roads and then bring access through the garage up into the house. And because the building access was so difficult, we went for a modular design, so we're having the houses built off-site. And the crane is so big it has to park in the garage, so we've got a bit of a sort of a puzzle how to build the garage but not build it so we can actually get the crane on site first. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I like how you describe it as fun. I mean,
Well,
It's fun for Hans.
yeah.
The 4 modules are actually built in Cromwell and have to come through on trucks through the gorge.
well, that's part of the
Right.
And then up
Part of the
this,
fun.
up this road.
You're moving a house through a gorge.
fun. Yeah, so the problem
And
is
it's fun.
it's fun. I think it's fun.
So how long will this take?
So we're hopefully starting the off-site building process in about 4 weeks, and then we have that process going on till about March.
6 months off-site.
6 months off-site. Yeah.
When do you expect to be sitting in your lounge looking at the view?
Probably October next year.
The costs.
So we're probably looking overall at around about 2.1 to get, that's without the section.
Your section, which cost?
Well, the section was 600 grand.
So 2.1 million plus the section cost.
Yep.
600, 2.7 million. 2 houses.
2 houses.
This guy's the optimist, of course. So what?
Always.
Do you worry about anything, Hans?
No.
He should have been a builder or an architect in his previous life.
Yeah.
It's his passion. He loves it. And you're good at it. You're good at it.
And
I'm not.
so where will you be during?
On the golf course.
Okay.
I think it's going to be great fun. I want to be here
What
when that
could
happens.
possibly go wrong?
Well, it could fall off the crane.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I feel like I've been logicked here, a little bit like Susie perhaps. Brought to a stunning hillside and convinced by Hans's enthusiasm that this will be a straightforward and fun project. And to be fair, there are elements of Hans's logic that I really like, principally disconnecting the challenges of this site, a rock with poor access, from the nuts and bolts and complexities of building a house, which will happen off-site and simultaneously. But there's logic and there's reality. And that very disconnection has meant that this project is logistically more complicated. He needs a whole bunch of moving parts and people to come together at the right time for this to work as he wants it to. Otherwise, Susie is going to be playing the world's longest game of golf. "60 kilometers down the road from Queenstown is Cromwell, where the modules for Hans and Susie's house will be built on a tight 400 square meter site underneath a big awning."
So now I've just been speaking to Maz.
Mariano Croce, the Argentinian entrepreneur who owns the business, has a lot of experience and belief in this sort of construction.
We want to build quicker, cost efficiently, and architectural design.
However, the height of the modules has caused issues even before work has started, as Mariano explains to Hans.
I wanted to give you an update. We removed around 200 cubic meters of dirt because we have to lower.
I kind of told you that your little shed was a bit too loaded.
Yeah. We had to create those rails that you can see. And then the houses, when finished, will be railed outside the shelter, lifted up with a crane to be shifted to your amazing site in Queenstown.
You got a conveyor belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Although modular housing can be built faster and cheaper than building on site, it's usually done in a factory in a more controlled environment than outside under an awning.
Roller skates.
And Mariano is all too aware that when the units are connected together in Queenstown, there's no margin for error.
If there's a mistake or a problem or a difference between one module and the other, we can see it here and we can amend it here. So we need precision. It needs to be 100% perfect, basically.
Okay, so we're looking at pretty much a finished house, outside and in. And that then has to be transported by road from Cromwell, through a gorge, up a mountain, and onto site.
Until that day, I will be awake at night every couple of nights.
Mariano and Hans both talk a good game and clearly love a challenge. There's also that word fun being bandied about, but seriously, with so much at stake, that's the last thing I'd be saying. Into the new year, and building Hans and Susie's house under the awning in Cromwell instead of the actual site in Queenstown is certainly proving its worth so far.
To you.
The flooring of the 4 modules has already been put together, and the builders have moved quickly onto framing.
Nice not having to clamber up sides of hills, and a nice, clean, tidy, well-organised way of doing it. The interesting day will be when we roll it on out here and try and get it to Queenstown. That might be pushing boundaries, we'll see.
Project manager Mariano knows Hans has built before and is used to being closely involved in everything. He's also someone who expects a lot from everyone.
Come on, Molly. Up. Honestly.
Building 4 separate modules was the only way of transporting them to site, and therefore being able to capitalize on the advantages of prefabrication. But while the units are the maximum weight and height permitted for the move, the house is still reasonably small. And it's 2 houses really, one for Hans and Susie and one to be sold.
I was a bit concerned that when I walked around the first time it's going to be smaller than I was hoping for, but no, it's fine. It's actually the right size. So it's cool. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hans and Susie are joining a growing trend in New Zealand towards prefabricated modular housing, with about 10% of new builds now constructed this way. And because these homes are generally smaller, every square millimetre must be put to its best use. And the key is good design. So I'm keen to see that in practice by visiting one of the country's most acclaimed small modular houses. I'm looking out for the signs that this is a modular house. And there are some, but the overall feeling is that this is a lovely small piece of great architecture, that delicate oversailing roof, articulated details. Beautiful. The house, called First Light, was designed by 4 architectural students at Victoria University in Wellington. Just like Hans and Susie's, it was built off-site, then trucked to Wellington waterfront, put together and put on show. It was then taken apart, shipped to America, where it finished 3rd in a global competition for solar-powered houses. Finally, First Light settled here in Waimarama. Almost like a bird spreading its wings. And everywhere, signs of really thoughtful details. And actually, this is kind of celebrating the fact that the house has been bolted together. You can see how this thing connects to its substructure, not just onto simple piles. This thing can be picked up and taken away. But maybe its travelling days are over. It's been here for 15 years now. A much-loved beach house belonging to Michelle Kitto and her family. This is clever. So you got seating and a bed and storage.
That bed that you're just sitting down on comes out to form a double.
Right. Because it's modular, because it's compact, everything's being considered together and built as one machine for living.
Yeah, and I guess all designed at the same time rather than added on to. And we haven't changed a thing.
Surely that's a glowing endorsement of good design right there. And even in such a small space, there's still plenty more to appreciate. Compact house, there's quite a few different zones going on, and then a bedroom here, hiding behind some furniture. So this came with the house?
Yes, that's original.
Oh, and there's a little office.
Yeah,
look.
So work from home.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd manage it though, with a view like that.
Yeah, I would too.
People might think that a modular house might be a cheaper alternative to a real house.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is.
No, it has a solidness about it that you wouldn't expect to get. Although it's a smaller place, it's been really well crafted. There's not a huge amount of room to play with, so you've got to get it right. Yes, it's very efficiently planned. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that it actually is just one room. Well, true, it is. Yeah, it is one room. Yeah, everything's incorporated and everything's here that we would want or need. There are a couple of things that have really struck me about this house that Hans and Susie will want to get right with theirs. And the first is that there's a real sense of permanence about this place. It feels like it's always been here. How do you guarantee that your home will feel like that when it's arrived on the back of a lorry? And the second thing is this sense of cohesion. This feels like a whole rather than a patchwork of parts being put together. On to April, 6 months into the build now, and Mariano's team is about to start the exterior cladding for the 4 modules. The weather's been terrible recently, but no problem under the awning. No time is lost at all. In fact, the build's going so fast, Susie's had to rush to make her first site visit with Mariano before it's all done.
We have main bathroom here.
Right. Well, it's not big, is it?
And the toilet.
Oh, toilet there, yeah.
It's not massive. It's
no,
not massive.
But,
no.
yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah?
It's a small house.
Thankfully, Susie isn't measuring success in square meters. Her markers are light, warmth, comfort, and the view.
I can see myself in my neat kitchen and just having, you know, lots of family, friends round, sitting with a nice glass Chardonnay, looking out at the view. Oh, it's just going to be, no, I'm super excited about it, really am, yeah.
But lurking alongside the excitement is the uncomfortable reality that this house is still a long way from home.
Craning them onto this piece of rock, I just think, I do not want to be around. I think I'll be beside myself. And the bill at the end, of course. I do not want to know. That was the deal. I do not want to know.
A misty midwinter morning in central Otago, and plenty going on under the awning at Cromwell. Joining the builders today, a roofing gang is working on the 4 units for Hans and Susie's house. Modules that will be relocated once they're finished.
You need to be dropped on site, and then we got the next block coming hard against, and then you got the next block coming, and then the 4th one. So there's a lot of things could go wrong.
Of course, that's something Mariano knows all too well. Even so, he's making sure everything inside the modules is as complete as possible before being shifted to site. The wall and floor finishes, the fixtures, even the appliances.
We have some cabinetry here. We have the integrated fridge already installed.
But while it's great to see the modules being built and fitted out, they're also steadily becoming more valuable, with expensive interiors that could be damaged on the big move to Queenstown.
We are hoping that it's going to be okay. We don't know until we get there.
On site itself, it's very slow going, getting the build out of the ground. Before the foundations can be formed, topsoil and rock has to be removed. Literally hundreds of truckloads so far. It's also not helping that the rock here is variable in quality.
One side of it is softer than the other. We have to put the hydraulic breaker on the digger and smash it out. But that's just part of the job. Rock, if it's easy, everyone do it.
Constructing the modules off-site has allowed building to start before the foundations have been finished. But while that's a neat reversal of the usual process, it hasn't quite worked out as well as Hans hoped.
The idea is to only have to go for half a meter or a meter into the rock to get good anchoring. But now we probably have to extend the pillars further out of the ground than we thought.
It will take potentially more time and more concrete and more reinforcing steel than what we originally expected.
So, more materials, more time, more money, big bucks that stop with Hans and Susie, who, up until now, have financed the build themselves. In large part, that's because banks generally won't loan against homes being built off-site.
If you build a building somewhere else, you can't borrow on it until the building is secure on site, because the banks can't or won't take security over that building, so they won't give you any money for that building, even if it's finished.
And this is a problem that you've discovered on the way?
Kind of knew that was going to be a problem, but I chose to ignore that, and I would deal with it when it comes to it, which is exactly what happens.
You just put your fingers in your ears to the problems, get on with exciting stuff.
Yeah, I get on with exciting stuff. You find out a lot of stuff in the building process, which is kind of the whole fun of it, isn't it? I mean...
Is it?
Well, if you would know what you're going to do all the time, life's boring, isn't it? So it's fun to deal with stuff that goes wrong.
By August, though, just a month later, the lack of suitable hard rock for the foundations has proved such an issue at the front of the site, it's forced a significant design change.
We have nothing to support the garage roof, and I don't want to put any walls in because I quite like the rock faces. So we've basically done away with the garage. So we've got a standalone staircase with bridges now. So it'll look pretty cool. It's not a garage, but it's cool. So there you go. So that's a couple $100,000 saved.
Where the garaging was to go, there'll be 2 off-road parking spaces instead, plus the staircase and the 2 lifts up to the houses. For Susie, the changes are a win-win.
I actually like the design better because I think it really highlights the rock, sort of showcases it a little bit better, and I think it saves money. It's fine by me.
Hans and Susie have also come up with a plan to get a bank loan earlier than they thought possible.
We decided to split the build, and we're bringing one half of the house over, so one of the 2 units over earlier. We just have to put the floor in. That's the only thing that isn't finished.
Having 2 modules on site will mean half the house can be valued and a mortgage drawn down.
We would have been probably 200-300 over if we didn't do the few changes on the garage side. We're probably still about 100-150 over, but I can live with that.
All they need to do now is finish the modules and truck them through a gorge, up a mountain and onto a cliff. October already, and after months of construction in Mariano's Cromwell yard, the 2 rear bedroom and bathroom modules are ready to go on site tomorrow.
We are pushing the boundaries because every project is different, but this one has all the difficulties that a project can have.
The team uses a digger to pull the first unit along steel rails out from underneath the awning. Hydraulic jacks lift the first module up so the truck can get underneath. Mariano watches intently. He's concerned the cladding or the floor could be damaged.
Hopefully the ground is solid enough. Sometimes we put blocking under the platforms.
With each module weighing about 13 tons and almost fully fitted out inside, there's a lot of money on the line and a heavy weight on Mariano's shoulders. By his own admission, this is his most ambitious project to date, one with a very fine line between success and failure. And the first test of which way it goes is about to take place.
Tomorrow we need all the brains together because it's gonna be hard.
At Mariano's yard in Cromwell, it's fine and clear for the exacting next stage in this prefabricated build, the long-awaited move to Queenstown.
We are trying to put 2 modules together today, but at the end of the day, we know that it's tricky, and we have no margin of error, 0.
Hans and Susie plan to swing by the yard for the first module leaving, but there's no sign of them, and no time to wait around. It's a 60-kilometre trip from Cromwell to Queenstown, and plenty of potential peril along the way for this valuable payload. The steep and narrow Carwero Gorge is particularly demanding, with its twists and turns and often heavy traffic. Power lines are another big concern. The module will fit underneath, but only just. It's a long, slow, careful journey before the module arrives at its lofty location above Queenstown. The first move couldn't have gone any better, unlike Hans and Susie's trip to get here.
Started all well. Rock up at the petrol station, walk around, tip my number into the machine, turn around, and my car's on fire. How was that?
I just leapt out, grabbed the dog, and then all hell broke loose. I did think that moving the house was pretty nerve-wracking, but actually the truck going on fire was pretty major, to be honest.
With their nerves understandably a bit shredded, the last thing the couple probably need is seeing part of their multi-million-dollar home dangling in midair.
It's a lot of money on a crane.
At 13 tons, the module is well under the weight limit for the crane. Even so, it's a tricky operation.
Jeepers. I think it's a bit dangerous.
The module has to be perfectly aligned in position on its foundations before being released by the crane.
Look at that. Just what the doctor ordered.
With the first module safely on site, Mariano wants the truck back in Cromwell loading up the second one. The truck driver, though, has other ideas.
You're not going to do the second today?
Or how am I going to get down and load that and get back before all the traffic's going that way? That's not going to happen.
No, you don't like it.
Everyone from Queenstown is going to go home.
Yeah.
And we've got too much traffic.
Okay.
Susie, however, is looking on the bright side. They survived the petrol station fire unscathed, and the first module is safe and sound where it belongs.
Perfect.
Cheers!
Woo! Here's to the next 3 coming safely.
A few days later, with 2 modules on site, I make it back to Cromwell to catch up with Mariano.
The most important part of the puzzle is still undone. It's going to be a little bit more harder to connect the 4 pieces in one. We need to be honest.
You're always a confident man, Mariano, but you know, there were a few new things going on, a few untested procedures.
We will see when we put all together how it performs, because we haven't seen all together connected yet.
Ever. Yeah, it doesn't compute for me. I'm used to a sequence, and this throws everything up in the air.
This is outside the mold. We have painters, we have people doing finishes at the same time that we have rock breakers, concrete, steel. So there's a big mess, but
a beautiful mess.
Yeah, it's a beautiful mess.
A few weeks later, and the last 2 modules have been trucked up to Queenstown overnight.
Great weather for ducks, that's for sure. Never mind. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about it.
Ducks aside, the bigger issue is the wind. If it gets any stronger, it won't be safe for the crane to operate.
This is the most important and critical day of the past 2 years. And these conditions are extreme. I'm quite anxious.
Mariano knows the team has to be doubly careful and focused in these treacherous conditions. After months of meticulous planning and the nerve-wracking transportation to site, it all comes down to this, the most precise and delicate operation of all. A multi-ton module swings in the air just millimeters from the one already in position. One extra strong gust of wind could mean serious damage and weeks of delay.
Almost there.
Heavy? Yup, that's good. Nicely done, boys, nicely done. Once both modules are in place, the next step in Mariano's puzzle is to connect everything together seamlessly, as he's always said. For now, though, the team should take today's win and accept Hans and Susie's heartfelt thanks for a job well done.
It's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I need to get away a little bit and have a look from down from the valley.
And what about the man of the moment?
Absolutely relaxed. Happy.
I'm genuinely excited about this project. A clever solution to building on a difficult site. 4 pieces constructed 60 kilometers away and brought together. And they did come together successfully. But the making of a home, well, takes a bit more than that, doesn't it? Will these houses feel like they've been stitched together? Will they feel like they've been imposed on the landscape? Will this feel like an awkward arranged marriage? Or will it be a true love match? Goodness, look at that. That's so far removed from prefabricated boxes. Amazing roofline, that sawtooth roof, and goodness, what street presence. Look at this, we arrive right underneath the house, and that's sometimes a problem. You see all the inner workings of a house, but here it's been considered. It's really dramatic, strong, canted steel structures, and I love those concrete blocks. They're kind of rough and machine like the rock around us. Amazing. How do I get in? Ah, a cylindrical lift. That's cool. Hello.
Oh,
That's
hi.
fantastic.
Hi, Tom.
How are you?
Nice to see you again.
You too,
Hi, Tom.
Susie.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Now
Yeah.
that is an amazing way to arrive at a house. It's like being in one of those vacuum tubes at an old bank.
You've been sucked up.
Sucked up, yeah. And
Very
what a
cool.
place to arrive. It's so cool. Right up here above the lake, your house here looking fabulous. It's like being in a movie.
It's pretty special.
Now, the last time I was in this house, it was underneath a tarpaulin in Cromwell. So this I'm really looking forward to.
Come in.
Yeah. Oh, straight away, triangular windows and little views of the cliff and the hillside behind. And then that view is stunning.
Yes, it's not too bad.
And the other thing I'm enjoying at the moment is the fact that the view is sort of sliced up, isn't it? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, 7 different views, some triangular.
Yeah.
Even the very 60s inspired fireplace levitating there.
Yeah, I always wanted one of these ones. And I tried to get it into my design language and have it painted in burnt orange.
No way. You're not going to get that past quality control.
Quality control, taste control, is it? So these 6 Marilyn Monroes,
Yeah.
they're not Susie's then?
No, they're not. I inherited those when I inherited Hans.
They came as a package.
It came as a package. I bought them as a medical student. This is my whole money went onto these ones.
Another thing that's catching my eye is this beautiful copper wall. And this is also beautiful.
I was a wee bit anti this table. I just felt there might be a little bit too much wood that's growing on me.
And another material that has huge presence is the cliff face just behind us. Beautiful, dramatic. Straight through to the main bedroom, where the high ceiling gives a fairly small space, much appreciated breathing room. The large internal window, though, what's that about? Very little privacy. So this is some kind of smart glass.
Who's going to look in?
There is a blind that comes down.
Right, okay.
It's just not there yet.
So because it's just you two,
Exactly.
you're just
we didn't
enjoying
need
the
it. We
freedom.
didn't need it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It's absolutely magic lying in bed and looking out there. It really is.
And there's even like a timber ladder. Now that must be the access to the mezzanine.
It's for our grandies.
Oh yeah.
They're going to love the ladder.
This must be the ultimate kids' den.
That's for little people up there, not for big people.
I think I might just stay. In the rest of the house, the bathroom has a black and brass theme. There's a tower shower in a well of natural light. And the guest bedroom, calm and quietly composed. Across the front deck, and past where the 2 outdoor fireplaces will eventually sit, is the second house, a mirror image of Hans and Susie's. So this is a touch of deja vu. Spot the difference. Oh, there are a few. So the lift arrives in the house this time.
Yes, that's why the layout is just slightly different inside here.
But I think it has worked out quite well. Quite like it.
Have you chosen the right house is the question.
No, I think we're really happy with our decision.
You could perhaps try this for a couple of months.
We could. We could.
Yeah. Will we?
No.
Hans, this was going to be a fun project. Susie, perhaps you've been persuaded into this whole thing, but now you're here. How do you feel about the houses?
Blown away. Absolutely blown away, actually. Yeah, all credit to Hans, to Mariano, to Mitchell, the architect. This is just absolutely unbelievable.
Did you make the right choice with how you built it?
Yeah, I think the choice to go for design that was built elsewhere and pulled on site was correct. The design was a huge stretch for Mariano. It was a very hard build, and he stuck with it, and he made it happen.
He's a superhero. He's had to put up with Hans every 5 minutes.
I did make a slight mistake maybe with how much I thought was the work that had to get into the site. But because we have done what we've done with it, it's brought out the assets of the site.
The cost of the project.
I have no idea. I do not want to know. That was the whole thing.
Do you need to leave the room?
Potentially.
So here we go.
Overall build was well north of 3 million.
How far north?
3.5.
Right.
We probably overspent close to $1 million.
Based on?
The houses came in on the money that I agreed on with Mariano, no problem on that one. The $1 million is all in the site.
I'm now looking at Susie, so you know now. What were you expecting? Were you expecting anything?
I've been with Hans for far too many years not to get a shock. I know what he's like. It will work out.
Okay, I'll leave you two with that. But I have to say, this is such an interesting, bold, dynamic house. I think I'm going to go and stand across the road and just look at it for the next half hour because...
It's a great place. Unfortunately, I think this is my last house that I've built.
House. Definitely your last house.
So,
what a villain site turned out to be, much more so than anybody anticipated. And that makes the certainty provided by the modular part of this equation all the more poignant. Built to a fixed price over a short time frame and completely detached from the chaos of site. A great success story then. All the more satisfied because these houses are dynamic, unique, striking, and empowered by our villain. Site is now all about views, elevation, and the striking visual presence of these incredible excavated rock faces.